All right. Good morning. How is everybody doing today? Happy Thursday. Looks like we have a good crowd today, as always. We are well set up, so we will go ahead and kick this off immediately. Go ahead and clear my throat and start off by saying that it's August 12th, 2021. My name is Jared. This is Engineering the Markets. Let's take a look at a couple of things from yesterday, talk about some of the big stories and some of the big movements inside of yesterday's price action. So, first and foremost, we did have CPI information and data come out. Overall, response to it was relatively stalled. As we just quickly look at the SPY, we saw a little bit of activity in the morning as the numbers were slightly in line, if not a bit elevated compared to estimates. But overall, we're still seeing a marketplace that is a bit hesitant to expand from a very notable trading range. And with the SPY containing some of our inflationary sector names, we're seeing more and more signs that the inflation trade may be back online. So when we shift over to the bond market, we note that the TLT has been sort of steadily declining. We saw sort of the bottoming action inside of yields. And yesterday we got a appropriate technical response at a previous swing high, bit of indecision in the bond sell-off. And ultimately, when we look at this short-term trend, we see that we have cracked below. So now the onus is on the bond bulls to potentially recover this marketplace slightly. If we see continued pressure with rising interest rates, then we would expect this bond market to continue to pull down. And that would be something we could look for maybe on the weekly, as we see that we're potentially losing a swing high and moving maybe into the 20 period, which, as we've done in the past, we can also look at things like Fibonacci extensions and projections to try and find where to expect this drawdown to take place. If the bond market is to sort of bull flag this structure, then ultimately a pull down to the 38.2 is going to be more appropriate. And that's approximately where we are. If it is to pull down 50% or more, that would be more in the terms of a consolidative correction. And we would expect the bond market to be a bit choppy, gathering energy for its next major move after that event. So TLT pulling down, TNX rising higher. Once again, we saw a bit of indecision in the bond market at the swing highs that led to maybe some intermediate stalling of yields inside of TNX, TYX. We're not seeing the same just impulsive multi-trend upside move as we saw the past 3 days. Now, shifting over to the inflationary trade, quote unquote, this is where we started off the week by saying, based on Friday's price action and based on the response of the bond market with these impulsive gaps, we would expect to see inflationary stocks begin to once again move. They were a bit range bound, a bit consolidative in the form of the financials. And we are now seeing the response of the financials now trading at all-time highs. So when it comes to that thesis, we can go ahead and mark that as correct because we are seeing the appropriate price response. We're also seeing it start to finally show up in other inflationary sectors. This is where materials took maybe a couple of sessions to get going, little bit of a laggard in response to last Friday's economic data, but ultimately moving higher and breaking through previous swing lows and the range definition that had occurred prior. Note that we had a false breakdown from this range that was at an appropriate area, and the recovery showed that the materials weren't necessarily weak, more consolidative in nature. That's when you look at the weekly and can really see the structure here of false breakdown signal returning you to the top of the range. And now we have an economic catalyst to move us out of the range, an actual breakout of the top end. Same idea with energy. Once again, other forces inside of energy. We're constantly looking at things like the crude market, natural gas, which is pulling back from its trend structure, always remembering that this is a multi-month to multi-year potential breakout. So this one is going to eventually be consolidative shorter term, with the larger context being that we have moved significantly away from lows. Something like heating oil and gasoline, RB, there we go. Ultimately holding up much better than some of these bit more volatile commodity prices. So with energy and with financials, they often do tend to move correlated to each other. They tend to be very sensitive to price action between each of them. But we are seeing a bit of divergence here with the drawdown in energy, other forces in play. We even got some news from the Biden office regarding OPEC supply demands. And finally, industrial, similar to materials, at the start of the week, we simply did not see the price response that we were getting in financials. Therefore, we played the idea that the thesis for the inflationary trade may not return as quickly, but ultimately the past 2 days have sort of confirmed that this is starting to pick up some steam, and there are plenty of stocks that are getting a boost from this based on things like the infrastructure news that we're consistently hearing about in the news cycle. So all of that said, what's next for things that often have pressure against inflation rise and yield rise inside of this market? Well, first and foremost, technology is often the one that does take the sharpest move down and the most pressure from rising interest rates. Now, we do want to note that the selling pressure over the past couple of sessions has been a bit stronger. We can see that with the volume profile, but larger context, we are still within trend. So what I like to often consider, and this is just based on the inflationary response that we got this year back in time, often the money flow will show up inside of the inflationary sectors first. You will see that impulsive response from those areas much quicker than you will see the pressure against the, I would say, non-inflationary sectors, the ones that are focused more on growth and love, I would say, cheap money inside of their leveraged debt. So when looking at how that occurred last year, and obviously this started pretty early with this very impulsive gap back in early November, we can also look at the TNX and say that back when the TNX did gap higher, which occurred right here, this very impulsive gap, we started to see a rise in interest rates ever since, pull back to fill the gap, and then ultimately trending to this impulsive high. So when it comes to technology, what occurred at the same time? Well, obviously, technology was also trending for quite a while. In fact, the first real major topping action we saw was mid-February, and this led to a sharp decline. So during mid-February and even during periods of rising interest rates, was there a point that the interest rates hit that led to a sharper decline inside of tech? And this point, if we look at the previous TNX chart, is approximately when we cleared the 1.26. I'll just call it 1.25 for simplicity's sake, and ultimately rose higher. This secondary gap inside of interest rates. This led to a sharp decline in technology, and it ultimately brought some fear into that marketplace. What's interesting is we are not seeing the same thing. We actually have a gap in approximately the same area, but the response has not been as significant yet. So once again, with these correlations, we often are looking for repeating cycles. We want to note key levels that the marketplace has responded well to. And ultimately, if we do see a sharp decline in tech, it may occur if afterwards, as long as this impulsive move continues to rise. It would be reflecting the same, I guess, impulsiveness that occurred back here, but obviously we're at different price levels and we have different information. So things do not have to be one to one. It's just noting that we are in the same spots. And ultimately, we're seeing the same movement in those inflationary sectors, but tech has not really taken the downside move yet. Okay, shifting over to our other major SPY sector, we're going to talk a little bit about healthcare because yesterday we had an interesting set of stocks that we talked about actually the session prior. And as with everything, usually the signs are starting to write themselves on the wall early on, and then we see the actual impulsive response. MRNA was putting in the potential for some topping action around the 500 price level. Yesterday, we talked about how to maybe take advantage of something like that, where you have this parabolic stock rising essentially almost every single day, and especially in recent sessions, rising, I would say, in a more speculative fashion. When you see something has increased significantly this much, it's far removed from moving averages and just sort of the natural trend of the marketplace. And often what I like to do is just kind of see how many trend lines have we moved away from. As you continue to rise and get more and more impulsive, you often see that these trend lines become a bit unsustainable over time. They continue to get steeper and steeper, and that sort of builds that parabolic top that eventually occurs. Yesterday, we talked about the idea of something like a call credit spread, using a very notable psychological level and essentially leveraging the fact that the short dated or weekly call options were very elevated in implied volatility. So taking those elevated premiums, trying to sell some of that and use the decline that we saw 2 days prior to facilitate those call credit spreads decaying in premium. You can ultimately take that off as a day trade or even as a swing trade if you believe that MRNA has sort of hit at least a short-term top. Now, the disadvantage to any income strategy is often that the upside that you're allowed to gain from your premium collection is limited. You cannot make more than what you sell the spread for. And in the case of a call credit spread, if you were to sell these for I believe we were getting about 350 if you were to sell it approximately at 500 to 510. You sell a $10 wide credit spread for 350, the stock declines or trades sideways over that time, the most you can make is 350. And obviously with the risk, if the stock were to continue moving higher, the most you can lose is 650. Um, the full width of the spread being $10, you collect 350, and then you lose on the 650. So it comes out to basically a loss of 650. So with that strategy, that is the sort of seller mindset that you can take. And what I like about MRNA is it actually offered sort of both sides of the equation. We had a lot of people yesterday with additional news coming out about maybe the efficacy of mRNA's vaccine, along with the fact that this is a very speculative stock at these price levels. The eventual collapse of that stock finally occurred. And when I say eventual, I don't mean that the selling wasn't already starting, but what I'm saying is that we finally see sort of the loss of the trend. And when you look at a shorter term time frame like a 1 hour, you can see just how clear this becomes. I think at the most, I would say aggressive, you want to draw something from these very deep lows, and you can see these oscillations in between the trend, but ultimately this sharp move higher. We were only seeing at the time this price action, this 40 to $50 decline from high to low, and that was the session prior. This could have easily found some support here and just consolidated or chopped. And this is the idea behind selling this premium. If you're short-minded in a parabolic stock, the parabolic stock does not have to drop just because it hit a high. It can easily just move sideways for a long period of time, allowing for the trend to basically catch up and then more speculative momentum to come in. However, that is not what occurred. We saw a very major rejection from this area. We lost all semblance of that trend, and the selling truly came into the stock, noted by the elevated selling volume that we got yesterday. So very, very risky stock to try and catch bottoms on. For those who like reversals, this was a very challenging stock to trade yesterday. And ultimately, the name of the game was you wanted to be short. So in the selling strategy, let's say you had put something like that on. Now you can think about, well, this stock is now actually trading down. It's not necessarily just a pullback anymore. It is actually a short. It is triggering the loss of some sort of semblance of trend. There were some other like minor structures that you could have seen break down. We had bear flag type structures forming. And if you want to get short, if you want to take the momentum of a short, think about this idea for the next time this may occur. What if you sold credit spreads and you've used those premiums to buy elevated put premium? So you're basically taking money that is also decaying to the top side. You're selling these highly speculative calls that are out of the money and super elevated in price and premium, and you're using it to buy downside puts. This is how you can start to think about using both sides of the equation, where you sell something to buy something else. And if you truly are short-minded in the stock, that's when you can really see your account grow, because you've taken something, basically you got paid and you use that payment to buy something that appreciated quite heftily. Downside puts being the sort of the mainstay yesterday that a lot of people saw anywhere from 5 to 10 times the put premium with some of these out of the money puts. So it truly was a great area to consider. But remember, on Tuesday's session, when we talked about on Wednesday's session, when we talked about the upside shot, mRNA wasn't necessarily bearish at that time. It was pulling back from a high. So in that case, when you buy those puts, you're expecting things to break down. And that's where a lot of people can be challenged going counter trend with the downside put strategy. You're not necessarily guaranteed to get follow through, but in this case, of course, it did occur. So anyway, that's something of interest from yesterday. I thought it was pretty good timing to talk about that strategy. And obviously, the sell-off continued. Keep in mind that this stock did decline approximately 25% yesterday. So this is a pretty rare event inside of the marketplace, these parabolic moves. Um, if you were unsuccessful in trading this stock yesterday, just note that this is not common. This is not once in a while, but definitely in this marketplace, the speculation needs to hit that sort of capitulation high, the buying climax high. And ultimately, the volume can confirm that the top is pretty much set for now. Another stock very similar. This is BioNTech, BioNTech, however you want to call it, but very similar topping action. Not necessarily the same price levels, but of course, similar declines. And let's see, this one came down actually a bit further, about 27 to 28% in a matter of 2 days. So this is truly a crash in both of these stocks, given the percentage downside and the speed at which it occurred. Now, I came into these stocks along with stocks like Pfizer, which have less of the surrounding catalysts around it, but are seeing the same speculation. And ultimately, when you look at Pfizer, this is how these parabolic moves could have gone in the case where we weren't necessarily at the right price levels. Note that Pfizer actually went up on the day that Moderna and BNTX were starting to top. So the parabolic nature of these, you want to protect yourself in the case that the speculation and the buying climax is not set. Then you may see the downside move. And of course, as we are technical traders, you want to look for those signals in the shorter time frames. Something like a failed flag pattern is a great start, where you see that Pfizer was putting in consolidation and then we broke down from here. That actually led to additional selling. And of course, yesterday, everything was kind of in line for the selling in these stocks. Now, I bring these names up because they are components of the XLV. When we look at some of the holdings here, we note that Pfizer is a little bit above 5%. We also note that mRNA comprises about 2.76%. These stocks are seeing significant selling pressure. And in the case of Moderna's percentage was actually a bit nominal. So we saw a little bit of that pressure on the previous session. But yesterday, since Pfizer and Moderna were both coming down sharply, healthcare actually took a pretty significant hit. You can see the volume profile changing quite significantly. Now, we know that healthcare has been one of our strong sectors, and we're seeing just simply a pullback to something like the 200 period, which if we look back in time, let me just go to a 4-hour. These pull downs coincide with something like the 50 on the 4-hour, and they often can provide some decent support. But the bearish case here is that healthcare may have put in a short-term weekly top. We do have indecision, and now we have at the very least a bit of confirmation moving lower from this potential indecision high. As with all of these structures, the trend often does like to come and check back at some area of previous breakout. and or allow for something like the trend line inside of the 20 period to catch up. This market was a bit extended, and now we're seeing some selling in these major names. Will this continue? And also, will this sort of draw the healthcare sector down? Now, why this is important, or why this could be important, is once again, we're looking at things like financials, which are breaking all-time highs. We're looking at technology, which have the underpinning of potential correction with what the bond market is doing. We haven't seen the sell-off yet, but ultimately we are seeing selling pressure inside of tech. And we have healthcare, which was very strong, but is putting in some weekly and some key name sell-offs near the highs. So moving forward, if we lose healthcare as a strong sector, if we see technology correct, and if financials aren't enough to continue, if they also sort of consolidate or ultimately just pull back in their breakout structure, then the marketplace may have a bit of difficulty moving forward. And this is with the context of the SPY still showing low participation volume, very muted price action in both intraday and also above range highs. And while this sort of slow and steady grind continues, really we're not seeing bullish initiation, bullish ignition from the range, nor are we seeing heavy selling. So the indecision here is notable. I would also say that when it comes to something like a derivatives product like the ES, these are some of the lowest volume prints I've seen in quite a while. It's not common that the ES trades under 1 million contracts in a day, and we've had multiple sessions under 1 million. Last time we saw this was this sort of slow and steady decline here, and ultimately, while that did move a bit higher, it actually led to a very steep correction shortly thereafter. Now, obviously, we're looking for repeating patterns here. We're looking for some sort of correlation. And with the lack of participation here, it kind of can be contributed to August and September doldrums. We're losing a lot of the earnings, the earnings names. Earnings have been reported for a lot of these stocks, and yet the marketplace is just kind of grinding higher. I'm mostly looking for tech to actually do what I think it's supposed to do and see some of that correction pressure to the downside. But of course, that has not come. We're just seeing the inflationary sectors rise. And ultimately with the Qs, we just want to keep in mind that they haven't really performed recently as much as well. They're not moving higher. And ultimately, these larger structures of channels, we want to kind of note and see if there's ever a point where we get some sort of false move. Kind of delete these for now. False move to the upside. We're kind of trapped in these almost rising wedge structures, very low participation, but just kind of keeping the order in place. So kind of need something a little bit more significant to move forward to get this marketplace, at least in the short term, some sort of directional bias. And the Qs are kind of where I'm focused. We know financials are rising. We know healthcare has some correction activity. Now it's time for tech to tell us what's next. So finally, as we kind of wrap things up, we're still looking across other indexes. The IWM was an interesting recovery yesterday. We saw that V bottom structure on intraday session. We're still mid-range overall, but IWM does have the benefit of heavy financial, heavy industrial. It's got healthcare in here as well. That's going to be kind of interesting. We may just see more sort of mid-range chop for now, but keep this one on watch. If other indexes are underperforming, the IWM may sort of return back to favor. And with financial strength, I mean, it definitely has the right backing to see that strength return. And finally, we talked about the components of the Dow, Goldman Sachs, UNH, these strong, high share price stocks. As long as those continue to rise, the likes of Goldman Sachs being the key one here, Goldman Sachs is truly breaking out, very little in the way of topping action yet. So the Dow really doesn't have a reason to stop this breakout either until we see a change. So that's pretty much it for pretty much today and this week. Hopefully, a couple of things to learn from this week. I think it's been quite an interesting shift. We are seeing money flow change overall. Obviously, stay focused on what the market's telling you, be in the right areas at the right times, and see things changing dynamically so you can kind of get in early, take advantage of the impulsive moves. And then as things maybe settle a bit, that's when you can start to put your longer game plans together, along with looking across stocks that have performed better in those environments. Um, as mentioned last week, we will not be having engineering the markets tomorrow. So Friday we will not have this session. So I will see y'all Monday. Hopefully y'all have been trading safe and doing well in the shifting market structure. And stay tuned for pre-market prep with Carlos and Norm. Uh, as always, I appreciate y'all's time and attention, and we'll look at what the market has next week once we start off on Monday. So trade safe and have a great weekend.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. Hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How are you doing today?
Morning, brother. I'm well. How are you?
Doing good, my friend. Doing good. All right, guys. Let's get right to it. Our watch list yesterday. I gotta tell you, it was very interesting. Here's a UPST starting there. Let's get in our 5 minute and see what the action looked like yesterday or the non-action. Here you have your hold on a sec. There we go. So here you have your opening again, and you're gonna see a lot of stocks do this at the open. At least the ones I had on my list, right? Just very, very choppy open. It does get better later down the line. This is a lot more like it. This is what you want to see: this movement, these bounces up, bouncing off of levels. But the market opened very, very choppy on UPST yesterday, even after they had such a beautiful gap up, and that's okay. We've seen UPST, UPS not trade well. We've seen that plenty of times, even when they have news. And yesterday, that was it. Here's Fubo, kind of a little bit better, but still, you have this bit of a choppy, right? No continuation until later down the line. You do get some levels that are being lost here, but for the most part, a very tough open. X was not what it was the day before. If you guys remember, the day before, this thing was incredible, had a beautiful run. And if you got in early on this one, you had a very nice day as it just kept going, right? So did not do anything like that. It was on the choppier side yesterday, and we saw that here right out of the gates, right? Great stuff for scalping, right? If you're scalping, you're in and out quickly, that's okay. But if you're looking for any kind of continuation, you were not getting that yesterday on X neither. Space was the one that actually traded very decent, guys. Beautiful stuff happening here. Great continuation, nice open range breakdown, the 5 minute. And a lot of us took this for a short, and it just kept on going all the way down to 26.66. Had a lot going on for it. Had gap down pretty big. Also, the day before was a red day, and they had a catalyst. It was somewhat of a news event type thing where, again, it wasn't good for them as far as not just the price increases, everything behind that as becoming, being profitable and such forth. So space was good. AMD choppy start, then it did get better later down the line. And Mogo, it was just pure man. There's just nothing good here. It was just choppy the whole entire time. So it was not an easy trading day yesterday, guys. It really wasn't. So if you had a tough time, you were not the only one. Norm, what's going on? What's the latest and greatest on the market this morning?
Well, we just had PPI come out, inflation numbers, and they were about twice what was expected. So, inflation running hot. We also had initial jobless claims. I believe those are right on point of expectations. Continuing claims, I think we're in the realm of what they thought. That having been said, it's August. You mentioned yesterday was a tough day to trade. It's kind of par for the course this time of year. You'll get some days, maybe weeks that are decent. But overall, it's not surprising to find some days that are just kind of blah. So,
Uh, that's for sure. And yesterday was just that, as you saw there. All right, let's get to it, guys. Here is our gappers list this morning. We have a few in the green, quite a bit in the red. Let's dig in and see what we can find out of this bunch here. So we'll go Control A here. All right, Control X, remove that. And let's get started with X01. Low flow at 17 million shares flow. 340, 390 as far as shares traded. Pre-market action looks like it's just starting to get going here, coming a little bit with some volume. Has not done much though. I wouldn't consider this a great pre-market action just yet, but I do like what's happening right now. So we'll put it on here. Let's see if that continues on X1 there. 17 million with some good volume starting up right now. Here's
they had,
open.
they had
Yeah.
earnings last night, so they do have a catalyst.
Oh, that's good. I like when they have a catalyst that, it gives them a reason to
They
actually
got a
trade.
downgrade. What's funny is they got a downgrade this morning.
Oh,
And they're up 44%.
that
So
is that is great. So downgrade, and they're popping up pretty nice here this morning. We'll see where it goes. Here's open moving some volume around 1.2 million. Their pre-market rather on the choppier side. That's okay. It's early 8:38. This can get better. I don't know if we traded this one. I think we might have looked at this in the past. I don't recall me personally trading it. Pre-market action looks okay, starting to get going. Dailies breaking out. The only thing I like about the dailies is that it's breaking out of this area of consolidation. We had this between 15 something and 14.25 down there, so that's good. Nice big gap up this morning. And the good thing about this is if we are going to be strong, let's try to get to some of these levels. If not, if this is not a strong enough catalyst or whatever's popping them this morning, stocks usually like to close this gap, and we do have shares for short. So that is good stuff there. We'll see where that ends up today. As Sono this morning, they are up 11%. We've seen this in the past. It's not a great trading stock, guys. It's actually pretty bad.
Usually, yeah, you're right.
It's horrible. Actually, I forgot
They
to
did.
add here.
They did have earnings last night, so they've got a catalyst. But as you say, it can be tough.
Even with their catalyst, right? We've seen it just be horrible. I'm not going to add it. I hope to find something a little bit better. If we cannot, then we'll have to find something to do here. 1 second, guys. Yes, sweetie. All right, sorry about that, guys. My daughter checking in on when she starts her class today. Okay, so we are good there. AGMH this morning, not looking good, guys. It seems to be a little all over the place. Up 13% right now, 104,000 shares traded, but not good, not looking great. Also low flow, 13 million. So you know how we hold those standards. They need to be a whole lot better than that. Cano, however you want to say this one, CANO. This morning they're up 9.8, 140,000 shares traded. Just not a good pre-market action, guys. Not a great daily. I don't see anything fun here, man. I hope
earnings, but it still looks it still looks terrible.
I hope this gets better. I hope this gets better. Let's see. AHPI. It's been on our list quite a bit. I never leave it on deck, rarely. I mean, it's just, I think it's difficult to trade. Although yesterday seemed to be the better of the days that we had here. Nice little breakout here, looks of the high of the day or so forth. I just don't like this one, guys. I'll be honest. Low flow stock sitting at 3.2. I'm just not a big fan of this one. Somehow, some way is managing to keep this, if you want to call this somewhat of a trend. It's a horrible daily, but it is making higher lows every single day. Right now, you're getting a little bit of some toppy action here. It has not been able to make a new high since 2 days ago. So we'll see where that goes. That can create some, it could create some pretty interesting price action as we nail down to this point here. We'll see. Let's see where it goes. PLTR this morning, what do we have going on here? They are all up nicely, 10%. This is good. Great pre-market action. That's probably the best thing going for them right now. And volume, 6.7, guys.
This is the best one on the list that I've seen so far today. That having been said, they had earnings this morning. That having been said, it can be trading it is not for the faint of heart. I'll put it that way.
Yeah,
it can move quick.
It can move very aggressive, and it can be very choppy as well. We've seen that plenty of times on PLTR. We had this in play, if you guys remember, was it a month back? It was really in play almost every single day, and we got some good opportunities. But there were some days where this stock almost got on our hit list for banning it for how bad it was. So. Looking good right now, guys. We'll keep it on there. BNTX this morning up 3.7, 238,000 shares traded. At the moment, pre-market action is not looking great. I'm not a big fan of this one. Daily from yesterday had a nice big drop. It looks like it traded very well without looking at the price action. I'm not sure if anybody in the room traded this one, but it did look like it dropped pretty nice here and very clean. So let's see. Maybe a possible, guys, at best. If that, and not for me, because I really don't like this one. I probably won't keep it anyways. NKLA we have on here. They are not doing a whole lot. 729,000 right now. Pre-market action doesn't look great. Up 2.8. MRNA. I think MRNA. If you do like to trade this stock is definitely in play. Had a big red day yesterday. The last couple of days, you can see the increase in volume slightly here, and that is being reflected in their daily candles. Look how wide these candles are. So I think MRNA. We'll put it on here. We'll do some levels for it. I think it's a good one if you can trade this type of stock right at this price level and with some of the pullbacks that it does. Here's last one on the gapping up list is Workhorse. They're up 3.2. I think they need a little more time to figure out what they're trying to do here. Their pre-market action is pretty crappy right now, and they don't have a lot of volume just yet. So we won't add them. If it gets better, guys, throw it back out to us. Becky taking a bit of a hit here, down 13.8. We do have shares for sure. 809,000 shares traded. I think we can definitely add it this morning, guys. Let's put it on here. Nice big drop today. Let's see where this leads. But yeah, looking
earnings last night.
That didn't go well, looks like. And yeah, we'll keep them on here. Here's HUT this morning. HUT. Pre-market action is down 7.8. Volume 172. I mean, it's okay. I don't see anything. What is this? Pizza Hut? Is this Pizza Hut or something? Oh no, Hut Mining. It's like a Bitcoin type thing or something.
Yep.
All right. If it is Bitcoin, I'd rather watch something else like a Mara, CAN. You know, these are going to get better volume. We know that their pre-market action is going to be a whole lot better. Riot has been pretty active as well. I don't see a whole lot going on those big ones, right? Riot, Mara, and CAN. So we'll put Riot. No, we'll put Mara. I like Mara a little bit better. We'll put Mara here just to kind of check in if there's anything going on in that sector there. CPNG this morning, they are down 7%, 930,000 shares traded. Pre-market actions not doing a whole lot. Very light on volume for the most part. Their daily. I like the drop of this 36. We're losing this great level of support. Outside of that, I'm not. Again, pre-market action is not looking all that great. CPNG, we'll see. MVST, one that we looked at in the past here, they are down 6.1 this morning. I like their daily. A nice little pop here. Now we're coming down to this area of support. That could be interesting, guys, if we start to lose that or get a heavy support there. MVST, we'll add that there. FSR was great 2 days ago. Today they're down 6.2. I like this for a possible continuation because of the daily. We're stuck right here in the middle of nowhere after gapping up huge and then now gapping down today. We have the huge gap down towards the bottom. This is a very interesting setup for them, and they're also sitting right at a level of support and resistance. So it could just all lead to chop, really, with so much going on there. But I definitely want to keep an eye on to see what's going to be their move here. As they're sitting in a very interesting spot there. PTRA this morning, no, not a whole lot going on. Skip that. CWK, horrible pre-market action, very bad daily, horrible volume. Yeah, so they got just run from that. BitF here is not looking good neither. Riot, we looked at already. We have Mara on deck just in case Bitcoin gets going here. Gates is not looking good. GTES. Hood is just horrible. I mean, I don't think this thing it doesn't trade well at all. Again, as the volume starts to die down, you're seeing some horrible trading. Every day it's been red, even though they're gapping up, they're slamming down. So nothing good there. MU on the list. MU's daily is interesting.
They got a downgrade out of Morgan Stanley, I believe.
That's a big one. Yeah, MU looks interesting. The last couple of days have not been great for them.
That's the second best, yeah.
Yeah, look at this here. I mean, that bench has been getting slammed. That downgrade is not good, and we're losing this area support that's been support for some time, slightly below that. So yeah, MU looks good today, guys. CAN we talked about already, and ARRY, no, not looking good. Norm, what you like this morning?
Yeah, Clove, CLOV. I can't figure out why this is not on our gappers list. It's got volume. It's got ATR. It's got.
Why is this not on our list?
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't hit. I don't know why it's not triggered.
Interesting, and it's above the $5 mark too. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, CLV looks very good, guys. 9.6. Wow. Any news on this, Norm? I mean, this is popping up pretty good.
Yeah, they had earnings last night.
Okay. All right. So we'll splash the water in my eyes there. All right. Yeah, this looks good, guys. I definitely like this one. Well, yeah, I'm curious why that's not on the list.
I don't know what.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm not exactly sure why it didn't trigger. It's got ATR. It's got volume. It's got the gap.
Yeah, it's got everything.
So I don't know why. It's over $5. I don't know why. So anyway.
Yeah, interesting. All right, we'll keep this one on here, guys. Looking very good. Oh, maybe there is no. No, flow is right there, right? So there's not, flow's not missing. Flow is missing. Usually it'll be a little funky, but everything is there. It's perfect. All right, looking very good, guys. We got three real good ones here, guys. PLTR looks nice. MU looks interesting. CLOV looks very good. Yeah, we got some good ones today. All right, let's go to the chat room. What do we have? CLV's on deck, so we're good there. Heading on down. Thank you, Gus, for pointing that out. ATR, maybe Rafa. I doubt it. ATR is on here.
No, it's 63-ish, I think.
It's
49.
49.
Wow. Yeah, I looked at FinViz. And not this. FinViz has it at 63. So, yeah, there you go.
All right,
that's it.
Just a penny off there. Penny off.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, so MU we have on deck. That's good. Fabio DA.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Ooh.
Bless you, my brother. BA here. We have not much volume right now. They're pretty light on volume, slightly up. Yeah, I don't see BA in play really right now. I see you're looking at the daily coming up against a nice area of resistance right on here, right? If we get a good nice push here, we got some room to run there. But right now, I don't see anything great. It could be going for the scanners, and we know BA. We like BA when it gets volume. It can trade very, very well. I think CCL and is also in the same area, right? We're kind of slightly pushing higher here, but their volume, guys, at 169 is just not going to do it for us right now. Again, Fabio, I see what you're looking at. Breakouts there on the daily, and those can turn out really, really good. Maybe not right at the market open, maybe later down the line. BTBT has got some good volume here. I prefer to trade Mara, guys. I know their volume is probably a little bit less right now. Their pre-market action not as clean as BTBT, but this is the one I like. Sometimes Riot the last couple of days has done pretty well. They had a nice drop. Was it yesterday, the day before? So that was pretty nice there. BNTX we looked at. MRNA we do have on deck. I think that is definitely in play. Let's take a look at Apple here. What do we have here? Reckless Trader. Apple is just stuck in this horrible consolidation for now. I don't think they're really in play at the moment. So we'll leave that there. DKNG, let's see what we got going on there. No volume right now. Also consolidating heavily here on the daily. We'll see where that ends up. CLOV is good. All right, let's see what we got going on here. AMC this morning. Oh, AMC is starting to make some noise here. Let's remove some of these levels we have marked. Yeah, AMC is just, again, the fun might be over on AMC. I don't know, man. Let's put it as a puzzle for now. Let's see what's happening there. Apple is good. I don't have it on my list. I don't think Apple is really in play right now. We'll see where that ends up. Again, it's just big consolidation right now for Apple. And we know Apple, if the tech sector starts, pushing one way or the other, or you see that hitting the scanners, you can turn to Apple and see what's happening there. All right, let's head over to our YouTube chat. See what we have going on here, guys. PLTR, we do have on deck. CLOV, a lot of you guys putting that on there. Thank you for pointing that out. Yes, not on the gappers list, but that is good. It's on there already. Becky is on the gappers list, and we have Becky here as well. I like the drop here they're getting this morning. Down 13% with 846,000 shares traded. That is good. POTR could be, yeah, it could be that at times. You're right. It could be horrible. It could be choppy, but it is looking good this morning. Plug. I don't see much volume on Plug right now, and it's pretty much flat. Had a big drop day yesterday. I think Brian, I'm not sure if I think he took a trade on this, or I know he called it out when we were trading live yesterday. And Plug was nice, guys. Plug was real nice. I'm not sure about today. That doesn't seem like it wants to continue. Yesterday, if you guys remember, we had a nice pre-market activity with some good volume that led to this beautiful drop. I'm not seeing any pre-market action that looks good right now. So I'm not going to add it at the moment. Coin. What did Coin ended up doing? I didn't really watch it yesterday. Let's see here. Coin. Yeah, a couple of choppy some chop at the start. Then it dropped here. I don't see anything great. Volume is very light this morning. Could be in for a nice continuation here towards the downside. So if you like Coin, you could definitely add it. I don't see it as a good one this morning. I see a lot of you guys putting out PBST. It's a penny stock. PBTS, excuse me. PBTS. Yeah, this is more of a penny stock, guys. So be careful with this one. I won't add this to my list. It's a whole different style of trading. Again, if you do trade penny stocks and you're good at it, this looks to be very active at 9 million shares traded right now. So. All right, guys, let's X. I don't think X was doing anything. Yeah, it's not doing a whole lot right now. Let's stop here. Let's go over to our community announcements. We'll come back and fine tune this list. Here we go. Where is our? There it is.
All right. Mike's webinar from Tuesday should be posted on this fundamentals of risk controls the next Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. You're going to have Kyle talking about using Bookmap in your trading. Next, there we go. Town Hall with Dr. Katz moderating the speech between Jared and Thor. Both these guys were so pumped afterward. They were texting about how they could have gone on for hours. Anyway, that should be posted soon. If it's not already, check it out if you didn't get a chance to last night. Then next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, is going to be Mike doing Module 3, talking about importance of discipline in trading. Bearable's BBT family giving is going to be donating the July proceeds of Super Chat to American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Match dollar for dollar with Andrew. There's actually a couple of others, I believe, that along the same line. So going to sprinkle it around. Andrew has those. And then this month is going to be autism research. So any Super Chat revenue that is donated will be, which I saw you guys lit it up when Andrew was on the mic yesterday. So just pick his pocket and donate, and he'll have to match it. All right, if you want to participate in the member trade of the day, trade of the week, take a screenshot of your best trade with entries and exits, of course, then any commentary you can to describe the trade, post it on Twitter, tagging at Bearable Traders, at MikeB_BBT, and at NormBBT. Also use hashtags BBT Family, Day Trading, and Stock Market. We will pick a winner for each day, announced in the afternoon on Twitter and in the room, and then all those trades of the day are eligible for Trade of the Week, which is voted on by the team over the weekend and announced on Monday. If you're watching on YouTube and haven't been in the chat room, you can use the promo code PREMARKET24. It'll get you a discount off the intro membership, which is 7 calendar days, 5 trading days in the room, after which it cancels. You actively have to go choose a membership if you want to continue on, if you feel like it's a good fit. And then if you want to become an elite member and get access to all the webinars that we have every night of the week, essentially now, work week at least, except for Friday, use the promo code SUMMER40. That'll get you 40% off the annual elite membership. Thank you, Nathan.
All right, thank you so much. Yes, Nathan, thank you so much for the super chat there, the $5 bomb as usual. Love your continued support as always. You can see Nathan here sending a nice little Bravo emoji type thing there. So thank you. I appreciate you very much for your continued support for these charities and the donations that we're doing here. So with that said, guys, let's get on to it. Let's go over to open on top of our list. Again, pre-market action is a little bit all over the place. I do like the pop-up that we're getting this morning of 17.8. 1.4 million shares traded. We'll see how this pre-market action is going to move here. So we'll see. We'll see what it does. Right now, again, they're pushing some good volume around and just kind of wrapping themselves around the VWAP at the moment. And hopefully this could be a breakout here. So I like that one there. We'll keep that for now. PLTR looks good, guys. Looks like it wants to break down. Came down, tested 9, looking to break out towards the pre-market highs here. So that is good. Great action this morning. 7.5 million shares traded. MRNA, I think, is in play, guys. Had the last couple of days increase in volume, as I mentioned earlier, and we have this nice little drop, trying to hold on to this level here, trying to find support. Their pre-market action this morning, although this stock is slightly harder to trade, you can see the beautiful pre-market action you're getting here on MRNA, right? For this type of stock, this action here is very, very, very good. So definitely in play this morning. Becky has a nice drop here, lost some levels. I think that one is good. MVST, the volume is still a little bit light on this one. I like the way the daily has formed and where we're sitting on here on this level of support, prior resistance, as you can see here and here. Maybe a good possible, I think. A good possible. Maybe we might even do levels for that first possible there just to be ready for it. But right now, volume is just too light for us. MU looks good, guys. Good volume already. 700,000 for MU is a good pre-market action, and they got some stuff going on here. CLOV also looking very nice, breaking out of 960 nicely here and heading higher. So that's looking very good. 12 million shares traded this morning so far. All right, I think we have a good list. Secondary list, FSR. That's a possible Mara. Just keep it on the Bitcoin stuff there. BNTX, that's not really good. We could get rid of this. I don't really like it. CPNG is another one that I don't really like, but the drop is nice. The drop could be interesting here. AMC is on the CPGN. We don't even have shares for short on this thing. Let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of it. Let's not waste no time with that. Let's bring up the rest of our watch list here. AMC, interesting. We're trying to find support here. This thing has really come down from the heavens here, where it was all nice and peachy. Taking a bit of a hit here now at 31. We'll see how long they can hold this support line here, right? They're hitting some good support there, but you can see lower highs being created here. Yesterday they gapped up pretty nice. You thought something was going to happen and slams right back down to this level of support again. So that is not a good look for them there. Not saying that you should go short at the open, but it's looking rather on the weaker side. So a good possibles list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That looks good. let's do some levels. I see a couple of you guys throwing out Neo. I want to check Neo. What's going on with Neo? Man, major consolidation on Neo on the daily. Wow. Every candle overlapping the previous candle. Hopefully a breakout anytime soon that we can take advantage of us would be very nice. So Neo, just major consolidation right now. I don't see incredible volume, but this is one to definitely keep an eye on. This could be a great possible if today's going to be the breakout. I'm not sure if it's going to be, but that looks good. Oh, all right. If that ever happens to you, where you try to click on the first one, right, the first one here, and you by mistakenly click symbol, what it does is it puts them in alphabetical order, as you can see here, with the zeros on the top and so forth, which could be nice if you're trying to do that. If you're not, you want it back the way you had it, just come over here and click on user define list, and that brings it back to the setup you had, right? So as we know, we like to have our setup where we have their main tickers at the top here that we're looking to watch, about 6 or 4 usually. We have our secondary list. This is stuff that we want to keep an eye on. Several things. If one of the tickers up here is not looking good and you don't like the way it's moving, maybe at the market open it didn't get the volume you expected or it's a little bit choppy, you can go back to your secondary list and see if there's anything happening here. If there's no action at the top, you can always move it up or so forth. And then here, we have our low flow stocks or anything that is risky, right? Sometimes we have stocks that are not low flow that are, that are worse than low flows, right? That can really move heavily. I think, in fact, matter of fact, I'll give you an example. Great example is Hood. I don't think Hood is a low flow stock, right? I think the float on this is 423 million. I always question that number. It seems on the very high end, but it's not a low flow stock, and this thing can move very aggressively, as you guys know that it can. Robert, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate you very much. You guys are amazing. Thank you for that comment. It means a lot to us there, so appreciate that. All right, so with that, hold on a second. Okay, there we go. So thank you for that very much. I appreciate that donation. It's gonna go a long way. All right, so let's go back to our list. So do some levels. I like what I have here already. Let's do open. Daily, low of the pre-market sitting at over at 1671. We'll slam a level there. Towards the top, we do have 1744, good level there as well. On the daily, you can see those two areas do have some history here, right? On the daily, you can see areas of support and resistance. I mean, this daily is not great, by the way. You can see how algo-like it looks, right? It doesn't look great, but those two levels are being respected here on open, so we'll definitely can see that there. Next level, 1793, we'll slam a level there, and then up here, 1867. Towards the bottom, another level here on the daily, 1607. Very clean here area of resistance and support that you're getting there. So open looks good, guys. It's not the best type stock. I mean, this pre-market action has got to get better. I like the pop. I like the volume we're getting, but I don't know, there's something missing. Maybe the order flow is something missing right now in the pre-market. We'll see it. Hopefully at the market open that gets better. Now POTR on the other hand has a very nice active pre-market action. Is slamming up against the high of the pre-market is 2464, but you can clearly tell this level right here, this 2450, has a lot of weight to it because that's where we're struggling to try to get above and retest at 2464 here, the high of the pre-market. So you want to have that 2450 mark down. You can see the battle happening here over and over again as it's trying to climb above that to head higher here. Nice big gap up today, 9.9 million shares traded. We definitely got some activity happening on this one. All right, let's go to the left, see what we have as far as levels. Towards the top here, we do have one right on here, 2518. Let's slam a level there. Above this, guys, we do have another one on here. Not a major one like this 2518. That's a major level, guys. Look at the areas of resistance that we're not able to get above that, right? Definitely having a hard time there. Finally, when we broke out of that, we were able to run nicely to some higher levels here. So 2589 is a good level, but not major. Obviously, all the way up here, 2746 is a main level. And then in between here, I don't see anything great as like you see here, right? Couple of times it's being tested over and over again. That makes these levels, like I mentioned before, a lot stronger. You're not seeing that up here. So don't put too much weight on this level. I'm going to put here 26, 25, 2658. I think that's a good area there. That's going to be an area. It's not going to be like a 2518. All right, towards the bottom here, guys, highs and lows from the last two trading days, previous day close, they're all creating a very nice area of support for you. You do not need to add anything else down here. I would like to add something between the price now and the high of 2 days ago right on here. Let's see if we find something good to the left here on the daily. Okay, right here. This is good. 24 happens to be the whole dollar amount there. 24 has a lot of touches on there, so we'll definitely have that point on there. In the pre-market, you can see already I had a little bit of resistance before we had this giant candle there break through that. So I think we're set on POTR. I like the pre-market action this morning, looking very good. Let's see if it can continue to be strong and break that pre-market high. As I mentioned before, guys, MRNA, it is definitely in play. Again, slightly a difficult stock to trade, but it's definitely in play this morning. Right now, it looks like it's trying to break your pre-market high over at 397. I'm going to put a level right on there for now so we can move on. But 397.26 is your high of your pre-market at the moment. Let's see if that's going to continue. It looks like it is. We'll come back and adjust that pre-market high. Towards the top, we do have your highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. They're doing a pretty good job. In between here, this level here, 412. 412 is a good one. Couple of days opening, closing right around that area. You got some stuff happening there. Above that, you do have 432.27 as well. Now, plenty of levels here, guys. You're all set towards the top. Pre-market low is basically your previous day close, so you do not need to mark that down. And then towards the bottom, you got tons of area here. Nice level at 347. That's a major level, guys. Resistance. Then that later becomes support, and then you get the beautiful breakout as we've seen the last couple of days. Candles looking a whole lot better on MRNA, right? This MRNA here is not the same MRNA you saw back in July, right? This is a whole different ballgame. It's trading very, very nicely. And if you like to trade this stock, it's definitely in play the last couple of days. Here is Becky. Becky has a nice drop today. They are down 13%. 1713 is the low of the pre-market. The high of the pre-market, we're sitting up here over at 1799. Right, so 1799 there that also has been supported by this area of here, support there happening on the daily. So we're breaking down below that, which I like quite a bit. Towards the top, guys, I don't think you need to add anything more. Do not make this more complicated than what it needs to be. You have tons of levels here already. You know, you're all set. Highs and lows from the last 2 trading days, previous day close. You're pretty much set there. That's a good one, Dan. Are we all-time low on Becky? What's going on here? Heading over to the left. Oh, we are. This thing IPO'd on 2020 around 35, and man, we just have not been having a good time with Becky here, guys. This thing is just, it's a mess. So they're dropping nicely. This is your all-time low. There's no levels below this, so this could be very, very interesting on Becky here this morning. All right, MU here, guys. MU has a downgrade from Morgan Stanley. That is never good. 72.51, the low of the pre-market. They're down 2% with some higher volume than usual. As I mentioned before, MU does not get this type of volume. 746. That is good volume for them today. So definitely want to keep an eye on them. The last 2 days, they have not been having fun, as you can see here, just getting slammed very nicely. Towards the bottom. So 73.746, high of the pre-market. We got the low of the pre-market. You have your previous days close up here as well. You can also mark down this level, 74.38. That's a good one there too. A couple of days bouncing off of that, so you want to have that there. That's a good midpoint in case we do decide to recover. I don't see that happening today on MBU, man. It is looking rather weak this morning. We're either probably going to sell down or maybe have some chops. So be on the lookout for that chop if that's going to be the cards in place today. Towards the bottom here, below 72.51, beautiful area of support, right? This is what I like when you have a clean daily like this. That area of support resistance becomes very nice to mark down. 69.81 is on there as your area of support and resistance. And even in between that, you have another level. No, that's too high. Let's bring that down. That is supposed to be right there. 71.50, guys. Another great area of support. You can see the support happening there. Resistance, support again, resistance again. That's going to be a good level to have on deck as well. All right, that is MU. Last one on our list, CLOV, guys. This thing is a 16 million at the moment. So trading very, very high volume. High of the pre-market over at 10.13. We'll slam a level there. And then above that, if we were to crush it here, you have all the way up here, 11.13. And then even further up, it gets a little messy here on the daily, so I'm not going to go too far up. I'm just going to keep 11.13. Now remember, these type of stocks that are trading under $10, under $5, the price action is more important than these levels at times, right? So if you're getting 50 cents move, 30 cents move on a stock that's $9, you are in good shape, my friend. You know, make sure you follow your trade management plan. And if that is to take a partial, definitely take a partial. So don't get greedy here, guys. Don't say, oh, we got to get to 11.13 because Carlos says so. No way, Jose. You get to 10.50, you know these whole dollar numbers are going to be important, right? There might not be a daily level there, but that's going to be important to this price action. So be very careful. If you're in a good position here, you know, do not overstay your welcome or get greedy on it. Towards the bottom, 895, low of the pre-market, and then tons of levels down here, guys. But we really want to see this squeeze up. We don't want to see this come down. We want to see this here consolidate above the VWAP, and then hopefully hit that 1012 around 930 or so we can get, you know, jump in here and have some fun with it. All right, looking good here. Let's take our moderators lineup. Let's see what we have going on. All right, everybody's on here on deck. Very, very good. Let's resize this here. As I am doing this, guys, please make sure to hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. It means a whole lot to us over here. So definitely appreciate that to help us grow the channel and keep this stream going. So thank you so much for that. All right, let's bring that over. Here's what we have. This morning, we are looking at Thor. He has going to be a tech day for me today. He has Apple, Microsoft, MU, AMD on his list, secondary list, MRNA and PLTR. Mike has MRNA, NVIDIA, and BA. He loves the daily on NBA. I think the BA has a great daily as well. Dima has CLV, PLTR, NEO, and MU. Peter, some IPOs and SPACs for today are listed right on there. Peter, AMD, NEO, eBay, PLTR, MRNA, Baidu, and Open today. Tiffany comes in with MU, PLTR, MRNA, and Open on her list. So pretty good list by the moderators there, guys. And we are pretty much set to rock and roll here. 9:10. We're done a little bit early today. 5 minutes, 6 minutes or so before our scheduled time. Any questions? Any other tickers that look good? I see Prince Trader, you're giving us space. Let's take a look at space. Space, yeah, space. It's got some movement here. Could be nice. Could be nice. Man, space is just taking a hit. They're dropping down again. So yeah, space is let's put space on here. Space. All right, so that is good. They're in the red. Volume is okay on space. Yeah, I think it'd be a good possible on space. I think I like that. What do we have here? Heath, thank you so much. My daughter Anai, and hopefully I'm saying that correct. Anai wanted to support autism awareness. Thank you so much for that $20 bond. Really appreciate you there. And we matching that dollar for dollar. And thank you so much for that. Appreciate that so much. All right. Very good. All right, that looks good. Space is good. What else, guys? XO1. Yeah, I have X1 here as a low flow. You know, it's not. I put it here to see if it can get going. It hasn't started up here quite a bit though. It's got a nice gap of 41%, but the volume, you know, it's just not trading well. It's 518. We just got to see if the market open can switch that around and we can get something going. But right now the volume is not great on it. At the moment. AHPI I do have here. Okay, we're starting to get a nice little pop on AHPI. So this is looking more interesting now. Again, their daily looks doesn't look great, but they've been you know, just getting a couple of pops here. They are doing higher lows. As you can see, they're trying to break above this 1550 16 area. Has been a struggle for them, but they're moving here, man. They're getting some good volume right now. This could be a good one for today. Low flow stocks will be very, very careful. I might take out X1 as we get closer to 930 if that thing doesn't do anything. I think AHP could be the low flow of the day today. A space on short selling restriction. Yeah, but we do have shits for short on it. So that's okay. That's okay. Again, short selling restriction. We have plenty, guys. We have 2.5. So if Brian, you know, doesn't take all of it, he'll leave some for us. We'll be fine. But yeah, we got enough. We got enough shares there. And this SSR, again, just got to sit on the limit order, right? You got to put a limit order, sit on the ask, and you'll be fine. Irvin, thank you so much for that super chat, man. $5 donation. Appreciate you very, very much, guys. Thank you. As I mentioned, all these super chat are going to be matched by Andrew, and they will be donated to the charity of the month. So appreciate your support for that. Thank you very much. What else, guys? What else we have? So we have that BA. Yes, I looked at BA. I know some of the moderators like Mike, he's watching it. So I'll be on the lookout if he calls out anything on it. I don't see anything good as far as the pre-market action, but what everyone is looking at this, even another member mentioned this, is the daily, right? The daily looks very good on BA for a possible breakout. Right now, you know, they haven't started up with any volume, which is okay. BA at the pre-market might not have great volume, and then out of nowhere it could just flip that switch and get going. So and I agree, SAC BA is a great intraday trading stock when it's getting volume. It trades very, very well. So it is one of the few stocks that are sitting at this price level that can trade as good and clean. I mean, I'm sorry, they trade something like a stock that's like a $40, a $50 stock. They trade very, very well. Jared's coming in with his list: Apple, MU, AMD, secondary list, CLV, MRNA, BNTX, and PLTR on there as well. And Eamon is coming up with his list. He's looking at PDD and FSLY. Be careful with FSLY. He's mentioning, we know that stock can move up quite a bit there. SAC, yes, I did mention my thoughts on X1. I think right now it just needs a little more activity. It's got the volume 525, but for a low flow, that's not great. It's just very choppy action right now compared to like an AHPI, which is starting to get going, starting to get great volume. But that could change at the open. You know, they're up 42% for a reason. So let's see if at the market open at the bell, they can definitely get going here. How do you donate super chat? I think you can do it. I think it's a link right on the chat page here where you can do that. I don't know exactly where the link is, but there's a link down in the chat that we could do that. Starbucks, one of our members here. Yes, we are creating a link. There's a page being created by our tech team, so you guys can be able to donate too. We can include these donations as well. And our goal for this month, as Andrew mentioned yesterday, as Andrew and Brian are setting up to come live, is $5,000. We want to get to $5,000. We want to get to $5,000. Andrew will match that $5,000. That'll be $10,000. I think it's a great number for us to donate to charity. So looking forward to doing that. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So help us get there, guys. Help us get there. Help us get to that 10,000 for this month of August. And we'll get that link, Starbucks, very fast for you guys. We should have it today. We should have it today. All right, guys, while Andrew and Brian come up, make sure you hit that thumbs up. I appreciate it very much. If you do that on YouTube, it helps us a whole lot. While you're doing that, let's do a quick recap. We have open on here, which is just kind of moving around here up and down. Again, not looking great. I know they have 1.6, but something about this pre-market action I don't like just yet. I'm expecting the market open to be a little bit better. We're heading towards the 1671 level, which is the bottom low of the pre-market here. Let's see if that's going to be support again. It has been for almost twice here. We'll see, but again, we'll see how that is going to play out. But again, something about that pre-market is a little bit weird. POTR pushing some good volume, guys, 8.8 million right now. So that is looking good. Hopefully we can get a nice little breakout here. MRNA is breaking out, guys. I'm still going to keep this 397. That's a good level there to have in the pre-market. But your pre-market high, you know what? I'm not even going to mark it. I think this thing is just might keep going here. But I'm going to keep this 397 here just in case that becomes support if they pull back. Here is Becky, guys. Becky's not doing a whole lot pre-market right now, right? It's a little bit choppy, but they're trying to hold on to the 1713. This is your all-time low, so that's going to be very exciting as far as holding on to that level. Here's MU. They got a downgrade. They're down 2.8 right now with some good volume. Pre-market action, just chopping around here below the VWAP a little bit. And CLOV, great pre-market action this morning, and they're coming back down towards the VWAP here after creating a new high at 1012. I'm looking forward to this one being very active and explosive in the market open. Remember, guys, sometimes at the market open, you might have people taking profits. There's people that are going to wake up today that were sitting here at $8 wondering, man, is this thing going to go any lower? And now they're going to be sitting at 9 something, and they're going to be, hey, I might take some profit. So you might see a drop here. Just wait for the setup. Very important. Wait for the setup and wait for that volume. Keep an eye on that volume. Is that volume coming in? Is the level 2 showing me what I need to see here? Is the order flow looking good as well? Is it fluid, right? So you got all your indicators. You have your trade book. Make sure that before you pull that trigger and get trigger happy, you just look over at that trade book and say, you know, is everything lining up here the way I would like it? Doesn't need to be perfect, because if you wait for the perfect trade, you would never take a trade. It's just not going to happen. But it needs to look pretty damn good for you to be able to say, hey, I'm going to take this trade. Things are lining up the way it needs to be. All right, guys. We are all set here, I think. So just waiting for Brian. Once he comes on, we'll switch over. So don't leave over on YouTube. It takes us a bit to switch over to the guys that are going to be coming up to trading live. Remember, the live fee is slightly delayed. I think about maybe 5 to 10 seconds. I'm not sure the exact time. It could be different for everyone watching as well. Not our issue, it's just the way YouTube does it. So be careful as they're trading live and taking trades. You are hearing that slightly delayed. Not that you guys are going to be following whatever Brian and Andrew are doing, since you are your own traders and you take your own trades and you do your analysis before you do that. But just keep that in mind. Very, very important. MU gapping up. No, MU is gapping down. MU is gapping down this morning. Yep, MU is gapping down 3%. Again, after 2 really horrible days, guys. Look at this here. They've just been getting killed. So what they did here just all wiped out in a matter of 2-3 days here. We're worth the cost. Thank you, Doug, for that super chat donation of $10, man. We're way on our way here to get to that $5 grand. So thank you. Appreciate you doing that and helping us out get to our goal here for the charity. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate your super chat there. Good morning, Brian. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. How about yourself, Carlos?
Doing good,
You're looking
man.
good today.
Ah, thank you. I'm not sure how I looked the other days, but I'm glad I'm looking good today. All right, Brian, I will let you do your thing. I'm going to hop off and have a safe trading day, guys. I'll be in the chat.
Oh, jeez. HPAI is on fire. Okay, so I'm still looking at my watch list, but I think HPI is going to be on there. See, Baidu is down quite a bit. It's me. Yeah. No, it's been pretty tame. Yeah, what's going on with AHPI? Was there some kind of news on that? Oof. PLTR is kind of interesting. They reported this morning, I believe. They're going to be strong, probably. So we'll put that one on the list. All right, so there's my watch list. Clove's looking weak right now. It's interesting. I was watching that at the close. They reported earnings. Actually bought some after hours and held it overnight. I think I paid about $8.50 for it, and just woke up and sold it this morning at just when perfect timing to wake up. Sold it over 10. So I'm up a little on the day already. Rambled one and done. So you get these nice moves around 8 o'clock when some of the companies report and some news comes out. You always get these nice moves at 8:30. I'm not quite awake then. So unfortunately I missed those. On Clove I did 1,000 shares. I figured it wouldn't if it opened up, I might lose a couple $100 if it was down. But it seemed like the earnings report was positive, and I just looked at the performance of Clove in the past, and it was up. Back in end of May, June, it was trading at $27. So I thought it was a pretty good bet for at least some kind of a pop. Yes, I would do that. Yeah, it was starting to pop up. I think it went up to it was over 9, I think, and then I just waited. It kind of pulled back and started to settle out. That's when I got in. Because it's down quite a bit, and I think it has some potential as a rising devil trade. So rising devil, we'll look at shorting it at the open. Did Baidu? I think Baidu is reporting this week. Yeah, thank you, Jared. Yeah, I missed that on when I was looking at what earnings were coming up for the rest of the week. But I knew Baidu was, on deck. Open. Yeah, they had earnings too. Yeah, it could be a lead balloon trade. Definitely, it's kind of up in an area where there was some prior resistance back in end of June. We had this 18 level is kind of it's definitely an area of resistance. I'll have to see how it opens. We've still got 5 minutes, so we'll just figure out what we're going to do in this last 5 here, and then lock in the watch list.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so let me still watch this from Brian. HPI is active. Definitely is going to be in our watch. HPI. Glove is up 18%. Ardi wrote some options on Glove. I think he's going to make 200 grand. We just want to wait until the market opens. Damn. Thank you. Hopefully it doesn't sell off much. Glove looks awesome. That was the earning yesterday, yeah?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, PLTR. Ardi wrote a big option on Glove.
You mean he bought some options?
I don't know exactly what he did actually back there. I have to talk to him. Hopefully, he's gonna make a recap. If it doesn't sell off, if it stays up there, he's gonna make that a recap for people. And by the way, Adi recorded that option course. Yeah, so for those of you. All right. So Glove doesn't sell off. So AHPI, I think is pretty good. Brian watched this is pretty good. Eamon is looking at PTD, MSY, tech stocks, PLTR. Tiffany is looking at MU and PLTR. Open, what's up with Open? Open is interesting.
Open's had earnings.
Dima is looking at NEO and MU. What's up with MU? MU is down. The semiconductor is still being beaten up, huh? MU is down.
NVIDIA is up. Yeah, MU is selling off. Wow, MU is actually looking interesting right now.
MU is interesting. Good job, Tiffany, on finding that. So I'm gonna watch AMC, CLOV, AHPI, TLTR,
Was there some news on
RXDR.
MU? Wow, it's really been selling off. It peaked out around 82 late last week, and it's just been it's dropped $10 since then. RXT looks interesting still for Rising Devil trade. AHPI.
All right. AMC is also interesting.
Oh, okay. Downgraded, eh?
Man, I have a 3-year lease on this. You gotta, for those of you who stay around for 3 years, this is gonna be. I can't break these leaks.
Yeah,
You're gonna get used. You're gonna get used to
be
all the
fun.
garbage trucks.
It'll be good.
Yeah. So 30 seconds to the open. I'm just putting everything on my screen, waiting for a couple of minutes to see what we can do. Don't chase the stock. Don't get the FOMO. Yesterday was a perfect example of wait until the best opportunity show up itself, and it was right at 11 o'clock. Off. Open. All right. So the market is open. Let's take a look at CLOV and see where the volume is. Oh, it's serious. They're bringing tank today. CLOV is selling off.
Wow.
What's happening?
Yeah, did it ever tank? So to speak.
So, let's see what CLOV is doing. AMC is ripping. MU is really selling off.
Yeah, I'm short some Baidu.
Let's see what PLTR is up to. Brian is short some Baidu. PLTR is selling off, but if it comes back and makes a doji, it's going to be in a really nice CLOV.
It's just going to cover some Baidu here. 159.42 covered some.
I need to get a bad feel on PLTR. PLTR, I told you it's going to come back up. I got a small. I'm getting some long on PLTR at 24.50. PLTR is doing some PLTR thing. Adding some on that. Let's see if you can get to 425. This is. I'm long on PLTR at 24.59. Let's see if we can get to 225.
Oh, jeez. RXT is dropping like a stone. That was another. I missed that. Dangnammit. MU's dropping too. That would have been a nice short.
Yeah, MU is really. CLOV is running up. I'm long PLTR, selling some at 24.78 here. I have a good hope that it might go up to 25. Damn it!
Just long some AHPI. 15.20. I'm out of the rest of Baidu.
PLTR is doing PLTR thing again, huh? Bastard. I'm getting out of my PLTR, guys. I lost money on it. PLTR is doing PLTR thing. CLOV, taking a short on CLOV at 9:30. CLOV looks like it wants to sell off.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm taking a short on CLOV. I'm short CLOV, CLOV, guys, at 9:30. Let's see. It rejected the VWAP. Let's see if we can take some down. Let's go toward 9. I'm short CLOV. Let's see if we can get 935, 930. If I can get to, if we break that level, that would be cool. CLOV. AMD is reaping. Let's see if
They're just
CLOV.
selling some HPI here, 1540. I don't like the way it's trading. I was looking for a bounce back earlier.
Hoping to get a better move
Still,
on that.
still holding 1520. You know what? I'm out of it. HPI. Ooh, just glad I got out of that.
So I'm still short CLOV at 935. Let's see. That doesn't look good.
Jeez, I should have reshorted Baidu at the VWAP.
PLTR is breaking down.
PLTR doing the PLTR thing.
Yeah, it's garbage thing as usual. CLOV 15%.
Yeah, I'm just short. I'm short PLTR. Just short PLTR through 23.
Yeah, it does look like a good short. I'm getting some short with you at 24 and near 23.92. I might get stopped out on that CLOV. I'm going to stop down CLOV. This one is holding. Let's see if PLTR. I got to stop that on CLOV. Let's see PLTR is breaking for 24. Adding some here at 23, 24. Let's see if you can get one flush. Moving out. AMC is running up. Let's see what CLOV is doing.
I just covered some PLTR at 92, 23.92. Just take a bit off the table here. Watching RXT. If it comes back to the VWAP, I might short it there. See what it looks like.
I think PLTR has a flush in it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just it bounces back too fast. It's really hard to catch a nice move on it. I'm thinking of reshorting CLOV to. Come on, break PLTR.
Yeah, come on.
Come on, don't be that. I'm back short on CLOV 2 at 935 again. Let's see if this time wants to go down.
Yeah, I'm covering some more PLTR here. 23.95. See if it pops up.
Let's see. You gotta do a flush to us.
Yeah, I shorted some RXT at 14.
CLOV, covering some CLOV at 1920, 1918, 1920. PLTR, that's the flush that I want. Covering some here as well. So I'm short both PLTR and CLOV. CLOV might PLTR. Don't go back to my entry. Still short PLTR and CLOV.
Yeah, this level is where PLTR broke out from. Look at CLOV. CLOV is dropping.
Yeah, Rich here. I think PLTR has room down in there. Yeah, both of them are going down. So garbage. CLOV, I'm covering rest below 9. Hopefully Addy sold some of his calls. Covering both CLOV and PLTR.
Oh, here we go on PLTR. Yeah.
Yes, great job, great short, Brian. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I think it has the room to go even further to 2364. What's
Yeah.
the moving average? The moving average is down there. Club is struggling. Club.
Just covered some more here. 2370 on PLTR.
Yes.
Nice.
Club is bouncing back to my break even. My break even in Club is 931. Hopefully it doesn't get me a stop out. But PLTR goes really well, and daily chart we have some room. Although we're getting to this moving average of 5-minute chart, and PLTR is PLTR, so you can't really expect anything from it.
Come on, RXT. Do breakdown. You might have to bring in the garbage truck on this one.
Oh, which one? On
RXT.
RXT. The machines become sophisticated every morning. AMC is ripping higher too. Come on, PLTR, don't fight back. I know you're going to sell off more.
Yeah, it's just covering, short covering there.
I'm adding actually a little bit more here just for fun. I'm adding a little bit more here at 2380 on this pullback on PLTR. On Club, I'm not sure if Club seems a little bit more stronger.
Just covered some RXT at 1376.
PLTR is going to get to my break-even point. If I survive this pullback on PLTR,
Are you long or short?
no, I'm short. I just added my average.
I
is
see.
now up.
Okay.
When you add, my average became like almost 2383. So if I can just get another flush on it, that would be nice. Log is struggling too.
Just covered some more RXT at 1384.
Club is trying to go back. Club low of the day 904. I think they have still room down. It's just a matter of having a good entry. My entry is not great on either. Look at this beauty. Yes, covering here on PLTR.
Yeah, nice.
Let's see if Club also does another one.
Oh, what's MRNA doing? I was going to watch that one. Is it popping? Oh, it's dropping again. Yeah, I figured 350 is probably where it might head. I just, after that really nice clean move yesterday, it's just going to be more choppy today.
I'm all out on PLTR, guys. My average is now at 2385, so I'm going to stop out. Club also seems it's bouncing to my break-even point. I'm getting out of Club as well, guys. I'm flat on both of them. I'm flat on all of my day trades. Nice Tiffany short. Really nice short on MRNA. Really, really nice short. Yeah, it was a perfect setup for it. Nice, Jeff, Neo. What's up with TNA? Arc.
Yeah, nice Tiffany. Nice trade.
I'm done. I think I'm done with my day. I think both of them turned out to be a really nice. Both. Yeah, I think I must be positive. Let me see how much I am. Oh yeah, beauty. Handcuffs. So handcuffs, guys. So yeah, no, I have. I'm done with my day. I'm not trading anything. So I have some TNA that is sold in the pre-market. PLTR short, lost PLTR long. No, but vice versa. Yeah, I can't believe I lost money on the long and Clove short. So that's it.
Yeah. Just shorted some MU. That break.
MRNA is also really weak. Clove is bouncing. Damn it.
Covering
Handcuffs,
some.
guys. I don't
Just
actually. I
covering
don't have a
some
handcuff
MU.
in the office. I
Yeah,
don't
you
have a
didn't bring him
handcuff.
to the office?
No, because I don't know if someone, a
Oh,
client, come and sees that. I have no excuse for that. At home, you can say, you know what, this is. But this
yeah,
one, no, I'll bring it. I'll
ignore that.
definitely bring it.
I
MU was a
got
nice
filled
short.
at 55. I just covered some there on that break of 40, 70, 40. I have a feeling it's going to bounce.
Neo is selling off. We're seeing this panel. What's up with Neo? Neo sold off too, eh? 42.
Yeah, I was kind of late on the MU entry. Unfortunately, I should have got it back up when it rejected when it started rolling over around 71. That was a really nice ABCD pattern on MU. Sold
It's
off,
beautiful.
bounced back up, almost got to the VWAP and the 9 moving average, and then it just rejected from there.
Definitely. So Clove wants to go even lower. Let's see what he does. Potentially, I'm looking at Clove at for the double bottom
There you go.
reversals, like
Just
what PLTR did.
covering. Yeah. Tell them to take that RXT stock away when they leave.
Wait, put it in there.
Yeah. Clove looks like it's heading lower too. Shorted some Clove.
Yeah, I gotta stop that on it. I was thinking of a long on Clove for the double bottom. It's a little bit extended for getting a short in there. Do you see how PLTR is bouncing back? I was thinking of potentially something like that. It's the strongest stock that sold off, but we got to see a little bit. It's going to probably break the 9 now.
PLTR, I'm just waiting for it to break 9 on Clove.
Yeah, it's probably going to break. Yeah, there's big beads down there.
Yeah, there's some big bids at 905.
Yeah,
Some
I think it's
really big bid at
probably
9.
very likely that it's going to break the 9, but it might bounce.
Wow.
Bastard PLTR.
Yeah, PLTR is doing.
I can't believe that squeeze got sold off from 24.60 and I thought it's going to go to 25. Yeah, I'm going to probably play PLTR again. Let's see how it does. It's just a beautiful short to squeeze now. This is just a V reversal, really.
MU still dropping. Covering.
It's really weak, no love.
Yeah.
AMD ripped higher. Thor PLTR. It was really good opportunities today. Really nice.
Just looking for Clove or for MU to lose 70 here. I'm waiting for Clove to lose this 9 level. Come on.
PLTR is gonna go back to high of the day.
Here we go. Oh, yes. Yes. Covering.
Oh wow.
Here we go with 70 on MU.
Look at this beautiful drop on Clove. I just gotta stop
Yeah.
down too bad.
I'm all out of Clove.
Yeah, I was thinking of taking a long on it, but with the way that it's selling off now, I doubt it's gonna go back
There you
up.
go.
It's just,
I'm all out of MU. Diddly doodly. All right.
so the second short for me was essentially a 5-minute opening range breakdown. Essentially it was a 5-minute opening range breakdown, as you see here. And it really, this drop and failure to move above the revab was just a sign. A much better entry would have been around 24.20. But again, when I get a stopped out on something, especially PLTR, we traded in the past, but we know how garbagely is being traded. So that's why I kind of hesitated. Now it's just going back. Look at this squeeze candlestick from 24 to 24.55. It's going to go break the high of the day. Just Thor is long from the VWAP, like around 24. Nice Thor. Yeah, I was thinking of that, but at the same time, I'm done with my day. I'm up 7,000, so I don't know really if I want to do sub-pair trades. Yeah, I mean, definitely. Man, these garbage trucks are really on my... Maybe I should switch my room with Ardi. Ardi comes here. But this one is bigger. Replace the windows. Yeah,
All right.
also an option.
Yeah, handcuffs for me too. Ooh.
So, $24.63. Yeah, PLTR is gonna break the high of the day.
Yeah, look at that, eh? What a PLTR. Just hard to trade this stock. You just erratic.
This is gonna go to 25. Now it's just squeezing the way that it's squeezing. I wish I could get a good entry.
I don't know. I don't know what that downgrade looked like. It could just leak all day, but I'm thinking MU is probably it's going to find some level, and it's just going to chop along.
AMC is squeezing.
Yeah, AMC is popping up.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm taking a long on AMC. See if you can break 32. This 32 level before in the past was a little bit of garbage, but taking a long on AMC just for fun, out of boredness.
So PLTR is right up at the high of day here, so we might see some resistance here if it keeps moving. It probably will have a sort of a breakout move from here.
I'm looking at PLTR for potential getting an entry on it, but it's just getting so squeezed, no pullback or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't want to take it long here because you have no edge. Like it could break higher, but then it could use this area as this is definitely an area of strong resistance. So maybe you get a pullback here, getting a pullback. Maybe it comes back to, I don't know if it'll come back to the 9, but maybe back to 40, 24.40.
Yeah, I'm looking at PLTR for a pullback at 24.40, and then maybe we can jump in there. This AMC garbage. Let's see if PLTR can get there. Watching AMC too. 87.
I just took a long on PLTR 2450. Small, just a smaller size. If it pulls back more, I'll add more.
Yeah, it looks like a good.
We'll see. We'll see what it does. This is more of a B plus setup as opposed to an A plus, but
Let's see what AMC is doing. Yeah, AMC popped up, so we handle this AMC first. If we can pop to 3250, nice. Getting out on the 3260, 50 on AMC.
what happened to the handcuffs? Yeah, he started drinking tequila.
Megan!
I started drinking the handcuff, drinking tequila, and then the handcuffs. I forgot about the handcuffs. So I just sold half the PLTR through 60, 2460.
AMU is still bleeding. I'm still long AMC. I want to see if you can get that. Let's see if you can get that move on it. Although AMC seems that if we break this one, then we might go to this one. AMC doesn't have a lot of order flow, so it seems a little bit out of choose. PLTR is interesting. I'll go back off.
Yeah, I'm still watching here. Still got half my size.
That was a really good entry.
Here we go.
I'm long to 2460. That was me pushing it up.
Yeah.
2460. I'm long at PLTR too.
Here we go. Just selling some more here at 71, 70 filled. Some down another quarter size there.
I think it's going to go up. Adding a little bit more on it. So I think it has the room to pop a little bit higher.
Wow. IWM's taking a bit of a nosedive here. Same with the SPY.
Know. Yeah, I can see that. Bigger ask.
Here we go.
Ask into PLTR. Do you think we might get to 25 or I'm dreaming?
Just looking at, there's a really big ask at 25. 100,000 shares.
I think some out here. AMC is still long, guys. AMC. I still have both AMC and PLTR.
I'm going to hold PLTR for 25 if we can get there.
Yeah, I'm going to sell AMC more at 30.
Look at this. Look at this. Nice.
Nice, yes.
Peter, we've got
mess.
we've got Peter on board. We got Thor on board. The gang's all here. So we're probably going to do a pullback here. Before we do that last assault on 25.
Actually, today it traded not really, except that drop at the open. It traded really well today, actually. PLTR.
Yeah.
AMC is still long.
PLTR always has to do that little sell-off before it makes a move here. Oh, come on. Megan, where's my coffee?
I'm just going to put this on here.
Megan, Brian is asking where's his coffee.
Next time. Oh, yeah. Chop, chop.
Chop, chop.
Come on, PLTR. We know you want to go there. SPY's bouncing. IWM's bouncing. Qs are bouncing a bit.
Yeah, to be honest with you, traded really nicely today. Except that drop that I wasn't expecting, but everything else trades actually really nicely. And the level 2 is really clear. It didn't do the PLTR thing. It's going to go hit the 25. I still have a lot of shares on 25, so I'm going to hold that. Hold the line.
We're holding the line. Here we go. Come on.
That could be good. Let me actually record that. I'm going to record that as well.
Come on, giddy up. Come on, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up.
How's YouTube guys doing? Did you trade PLTR? YouTube folks? How's it doing? 600 of you who are not joining us for $19.
Still in. Thor's there. Hang in there, buddy.
Hold the line, guys. Hold the line. The PLTR is going to go to 25. All right, guys. I just want to record this one because Brian and I and the many people in the chat are long PLTR. It's going toward 25. It's a very strong stock, and I want to show you the big ask here at 25. There's a huge ask about 100,000 shares. That's 10,000 lots, and this big ask is a sign, is a bullish sign. We're just going to record that to you for how, and you actually can see that in the time and sells. That is not a fake or algo or something. It's actually going through that 25. You just have to be a little bit patient here. So I'm long. Seeing that one doesn't necessarily mean that you should have to jump into the long. But when you look at the other indicators, you know, when we get a really good entry pullback on a 1 minute chart near break of high of the day, both Brian and Brian actually get a much better entry and this pullback at 24.40.50. I just got back a little bit when it really moved up. So the volume is good, the stock is gapping up, and now this is one of the indicators that you can see for the break of 25. And this focus is probably staying down there somewhere. So the closer that we get, it's going to reveal itself, and then we're going to see if we can get above 25. I think it's most likely it's going to get that. 24.99 is the high. My entry is really good. My stop loss is at the entry, but having this strong move, really good earning, everything is just something that you can, make a decision based on the level 2 as well. So a lot of people say that, the big ask, because it's a seller, it's a bearish sign. But, it is a seller, but this seller is actually expecting the price to go higher. Yeah. It's just like buying and selling a house. When you're selling your house, when it's a bull market, your asking price is coming higher and higher because it's a psychology. You're expecting the buyers to come and hit your ask. And that's exactly what's happening. If this guy was desperate and really wanted to sell, if it was a stop loss, he would have dumped their shares on the beat, took the beat down and the price down. But this guy's sitting up there because he knows the price is going to come to him or her or it, if it's an algo.
Or they. Or they. If it's if they don't identify.
Yeah, so if you're going to see that, if you hit the 25, just look at this time and sells that is filtered. I mean, that would be funny that if he doesn't hit 25 and just embarrass all of us in front of
PLTR. It actually it's making me question. I mean, if it stays at, if it can't break through, if it just keeps staying there, it's got a bigger consolidation. So we'll see what it does here. But I've got a decent entry on the remaining amount, so I'll stop out if it gets close to the 24.50 where I entered.
AMC also rejected to a 32.38. I'm thinking of getting out more on AMC. Getting out a little bit of my AMC.
I'm looking at AHPI. It's kind of doing this consolidation thing that these stocks do after a big run up. So it might be good for a pop. Wow, so MU is still selling off.
Yeah, 69.28. No love to MU at all.
No.
Is it an earning thing for it?
I think it was a downgrade. Somebody mentioned it was a downgrade. Ursula, what did you do with Open? Oh yeah, Open's been selling off too. Nice.
Downgrade to 70 Morgan Stanley. All right, so let's see if PLTR seems that it's bouncing back from 9 and 2-minute charts. That's the chart that Brian is trading frequently based on off.
Yeah, nice short. Ursula, yeah, you could see this starting to break down on Open. I didn't really I saw they had earnings. I just didn't understand why. I mean, a lot of these companies, they don't make money. It's always a matter of how much they didn't lose. Here's your HPI. Here's your AHPI popping here.
Yeah, HPI. Let's see if PLTR is going to go up. It's going to go up. Oh, there you go. I told you.
I did take a little bit of HPI there, so I'm just going to sell it here at
I'm
1445.
adding a little bit more on PLTR. Just adding a little bit more on PLTR here. See, it's going to go up. So look at this 25 ask here. It's going to come. You see a big, like, 10,000 lot, which would be 100,000 shares. Each lot is 100 shares. So this 4 is 400 actually. And then you're going to see that in your time and sells, which has a filter. Anything over 25,000 or 20,000, you're going to see that. So this is a normal time and sells, and this is a time and sells that is filtered. So you're going to see that the numbers are getting bigger. If the numbers are significantly higher on this side, see this is the 1,100 lot, there you go. So it's going to, I see at least 25,000 shares went through. There's some left here. There you go. Let me actually sell some. Oh, there you go. See, did you see that?
Nice.
Do you see my time and sells? 355,000 shares. Oh, that went into.
So I'm out of the rest of it too through that 25.
I still have that some.
Nice.
Let's see if we can hold.
Happy with the 50-cent move there.
Usually you get a really nice pop. I mean, in this case, PLTR is doing PLTR thing, but usually you get a good breakthrough of 5-10 cents. Yeah, in this particular case, it might even reject because it just popped up once, 8 cents actually. So
yeah, UPST is just it's on the road to 200.
I gotta stop that on AMC. The rest and the PLTR, my average is 1247 is probably gonna stop that too.
I'm all out of PLTR. I was waiting for that 25 pop. Just seems to be spending too much time up here at 25. And now it's lost the 9 moving average. Could be doing a 920 trade. 920 trade would take it back to 2450 again. 2460. Split the difference, 2455 if it gets there. Well, it looks like we had quite a few good trades today in the room from some of our members as well. Don't forget to submit your don't forget to submit your trades to Mike and Peter. Trade of the day. I think it's Mike. AMC
doesn't seem AMC. It seems like it's really setting up a 920 trade, but it doesn't seem that it has the really nice move. It just had 10 minutes of pop and selling off. I wouldn't consider this a 920 because it's not that bullish uptrend.
Yeah. I mean, with the 920 trade, you like a fairly strong stock. So PLTR sort of did a 920 trade. It didn't quite come back to that 955 level. think the low on that candle was 24.59 instead of 55. So it still may come down here. Ooh, there goes Afri again. Jesus, this thing's should be in the garbage truck too.
HBI. I never liked how it's being traded down. Clove is also garbage.
SPY is leaking lower here. I'm going to say MU is trying to find a bottom here.
PLTR seems like it's trying to do a 920 trade, but would you take this as
Yeah.
920 trade?
It's not ideal because it sold off at the open. And a perfect 920 trade would have been a nice little pullback at the open and then just a trend up for the next 45 minutes. Nice clean move up. That shows that there's lots of buying interest and not a lot of selling. There is a lot of selling at the open. So I don't know. It seems a little choppy to me here. So definitely 25 is an area that has some resistance here. Where's Nate? How come he's not? Talking about
Pumping USPT.
Yeah.
Well, we told him not to.
Yeah.
It's kind of
No, okay. Well, kudos to him. I mean, oh, there he is. There you go. Yeah, that's you, eh? You're the ape with the monkey with all the money. Perfect. No, kudos. No, that was, I don't like holding stocks through earnings, but in this case, definitely worked. You had all those calls too. No, I never laugh at anybody's trade. It's not true.
if anyone wants to laugh at my trade, you have to. Most of the time you gotta laugh at me. I'm the most garbage trader sometimes.
Ursula, you hopefully you're still in open. And it's not I take it it's not a cardboard one, Nate.
Lambo fund. I did actually look at the Lambos. I'm not gonna buy it in Vancouver. It doesn't make any sense. It's 25% tax on it. Can you believe that they put 25% tax on any car over
Yeah, exactly,
$60,000?
Chris.
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a luxury tax on cars over, is it 100,000?
But the limit, I think it's 60,000.
Oh,
Pretty much
okay.
every car.
Yeah. Ursula, are you still in open? I hope you are. Just lost 16.
I was thinking
Nice.
of
Very
yeah,
nice.
that's another thing, Brian. My car is always already parked in the parking. I'm not in Vancouver at all. Now imagine I'm gonna pay
Yeah.
like $80,000 just for the taxes for a car that parked in the parking. My car
Yeah.
has never been really an issue for me. I mean, always travels. Travel is interesting. I spend money, man. Like there's no tomorrow in my trips. I love to pay for experiences, not for things, because the things become thing for you later to fix it and return it and sell it and maintain it. But experience, memories are everything.
Man, the indexes are really choppy today. The TQQs just up and down in a range. IWM's bouncing a bit here, but or at least selling off again here, I should say. But it looks like it might be putting in a bottom. Maybe a little bit early for a bottom on IWM. SPY just keeps moving lower in waves. Wow, look, Clove is
It's getting destroyed.
really
I
selling
hope
off.
Addy.
Yeah, I
I
know.
hope Addy sold his account. Addy, what did you do? In the pre-market, it was really up, but you can't trade options in the pre-market.
No.
Yeah, no things. I'm not the person who collect things. Just because what's the house? It's a roof that you put over your things, and then you have more things. You have to go to a bigger house because you have. It's just I'm not a collected things stuff. Experiences is pretty good. And my trips are expensive. I mean, all these expeditions that I go in Peru and Chile and everything, they're expensive. But the memories are just the places that you go, the people that you meet, the food that you're having, and the culture. See, piece of garbage is going to go up now at the PLTR. That was a really nice trip.
Yeah, plug could be reversing here. It's definitely into an area where it might find some support on the daily.
This is a garbage. Thanks.
SoFi. Yeah, I was looking at SoFi last night. What is it? MRNA popped right back up again. That's what I'm saying on MRNA. It's after a big move day, it's really hard to trade a stock on the second day. Tends to trade more erratically. I still have some calls that I sold on Snap. Wow, USPT just took a bit of a dive there. Yeah, you're right. It is. It is reporting Thursday, just after the close here. MU could be putting in a bottom here. It's still trading below the 9 moving average, but it's definitely consolidating at this level. The 9 is kind of flattening out. You've got a level to trade against, which is 69.30.
What's YouTube doing? Hey guys. Well, thank you so much for all of your support, guys. AMC is doing some stuff, but I don't know. I can't read AMC today, Steven, to find out. What is Apple doing today? Apple, it seems that
Apple's up. Apple was up last time I looked.
yeah, 1% up.
It's still up. Yeah, it's still up. Same with Microsoft.
We appreciate, guys. It gives us a thumbs up on YouTube, guys. If you can get to 400 likes, it does have a huge effect on algos on YouTube, it's so easy to buy like and subscriber and viewer on YouTube, but we really want to grow this organically. So it really means a lot, and appreciate your support, guys. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Really appreciate that. So I'm done with the day. Really good. Made the money I made my loss on PLTR on the long side with these 2 trades, which was essentially 1 trade when I added more. Short was nice. AMC, I'm all out. I'm all flat. how was the trade? But again, it wasn't really exciting trade because the AMC seems a little bit it is a meh. It doesn't seem that it's really that in play. And what else? Yeah, I only have some ARC and some TNA just for fun.
Wow. Look at that. Clove is all the way back to almost to where I bought it after market. Glad I sold it at the open. So hopefully Addy got out of his position.
MU is at a level 69.23, possibly
Yeah.
a reversal on MU. What do you think? This is a level back in December last year. This is a daily level that bounced back a couple of times. Do you think we're
I
gonna
just
get that?
I just sold some 69 puts at that are going to expire tomorrow on MU. So I got paid 80 cents, 90 cents for those. 85 cents.
I want to see if we can
So-
get some long here, just for the sake of fun of it. Try to see if we can. Do you think we can catch a bounce from here? Isn't it upgraded to 75? The poop guys, why is selling off like that?
I didn't see what the downgrade was. Let's see what Benzinga says.
Taking along here, just for fun. An MU, see if you can get a bounce from here. Stop loss would be 69.20.
I don't see anything on here. There's nothing on Benzinga. Oh, here it is. Morgan Stanley downgrades Micron equal weight, announces $75 price target.
Why these guys actually to 69? Man?
75, yeah. $75 price target. That's weird.
That's weird.
And Morgan Stanley probably wanted some.
See.
There you go.
That was good.
Morgan Stanley wanted some shares.
Look at that entry. I got that entry right at 69.25. Nice.
Yeah, SPY's coming back up now. No, I traded them naked.
Nice.
Not that I am fully clothed, but the calls are naked. Yeah, I mean it's. I've only got 1 day on it left, and I'm not taking a huge position. I've got 6 puts now that I've sold.
So, did you see my entry? I wish I got a bigger size. I mean, this one was just it was just a small trade.
Wow, SPY and the Qs just popped up here.
Yeah, Qs are going.
The Qs are, yeah. What's going on with interest rates today? TLT is down a little bit, which means interest rates are up again today, just slightly. Wow, UPST is just it trades really crazy. PLTR is still stuck at 25.
Yeah, that 25
Actually,
is really something, eh? It's really something.
Actually, I'm going to have to drop off here in 5 minutes. Let's talk about experiences. I'm going down. I'm going to rent a boat here, and go out to. Just going to do some boating. Going to do some boating this morning.
Tough life, man. Tough life.
Yeah.
I'm all out, guys, on AMU.
No smoke. we've been lucky. We haven't gotten we haven't gotten any smoke down here. Yeah, thanks. No, I don't think I'm going to actually just going to head around and go into the harbor and then maybe go up Indian Arm. Stop at this little community where there's a donut shop called Honey's. And then a little further up, there's a waterfall that you can only get to by boat. Oh, Cloves took a bounce here. Finally, right at S3. Hey, there's
I was actually going to. Yeah, I was going to take it.
on Clove. Yeah, right at S3.
Yeah, I was. It's also the moving averages on a
Nice.
5-minute chart. It looked like perfect bounce.
Yeah. Yeah, that's this is yeah. This could be Thor's S3 trade. S3 to R3. R3 would be 924. It's a bit of a reach, but that's right at the VWAP too.
Nice.
APHI HPI just bounced off yesterday's close.
Nice, Evan. For you, brother. So one of our traders, Evan, when I send an email that I'm going to Machu Picchu,
Without.
he and then he's
sorry.
no the one of the traders, Evan, he said I'm going to go and I gave him some recommendations and stuff, and he said, hey Andrew, I just got back from Peru this week. Machu Picchu was amazing. Man, are they crazy about the mask, also from blah 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 blah. So this is the experience that you want to get, how many Lamborghini this picture is worth, really. It's just amazing. Good job for you, Evan.
How come I can't see that?
This is Rainbow Mountain. I can't see that. It's on my screen. I'm sharing.
Just give me a sec. No, I think I'm looking at Carlos's screen. Let me look here. Because I want to go to Machu Picchu next year.
Yeah.
I had to cancel.
Yeah. This is called
last
Rainbow
year.
Mountain, actually. This is a 17,000 feet, actually. It's a very high elevation. And it has different colors because of the different depositions of clays and minerals and stuff. And this used to be a glacier up to 2010. This is melted in 2010 and became a tourist destination. Just it was awesome. It's really fun to go up there. It's actually very, very high elevation. Yeah, it's just beautiful. Peru's food was the best in Peru.
Did you go to stay in Lima at all?
I stayed only one night in Lima. There was not much to see. It's actually a nice city, but I just didn't have much time, and I'm not a city person that much. So just one night in Lima. Restaurants, and the vibe was amazing in Miraflora, which is the big tourist destination.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's I know somebody who goes there, who has been going there on business. He was telling me that's where I needed to stay in Miraflora for a couple nights.
Miraflora.
And all the restaurants and the vibe and the
really
bars.
good food in there. Yeah. All right, guys. So I'm going to take a quick break. Brian is going to go for boating. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be back. And then we have the mentorship session at 11. Do we? Yeah, today's Thursday. Yeah, today's Thursday. Yeah, we do have it. Okay. Watch flowers.
Mirafloras, yes. Baidu is leaking off here. I already shorted that once. Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna drop off here. I gotta go. We gotta wait to hear what Addy did. See if he's in trouble or not. Yeah, it's going to be good. When I was booking it, I could, they were all booking up so fast when I was online. I mean, I looked at one boat, looked at another, came back, and I thought, okay, I'm going to book this boat. No, it's gone. So I ended up, but whatever. As Andrew says, it's all about the experiences. Yeah. It sounds like you might be in trouble. Okay, MU. What's been my favorite experience? Tokyo with Andrew was probably, and that one night that we spent in Tokyo was probably one of the most memorable nights of my life. What else? Oh, there's just so many. I'm very fortunate. I've had a very good life. When you look around the world, there's a lot of things for a lot of us to be thankful for. You look at these images of people leaving Afghanistan and with nothing except a backpack. Just sad. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to drop off here. So have a good rest of the day. I'm only out till noon. I'm not sure if I'll be back by 1. I think we're probably going to stop for a bite to eat. So keep it green. Don't forget to take only take your A+ setup trades. And all the people out on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and then you've got you can always choose to join us. I've got that running the summer special, so you don't have to listen to a delayed feed. Ciao, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.